Thank you so much for joining us here at Lovely Being You. You know, there are a lot of people who are not able to sleep. They have nightmares and they talk in their sleep. And they're having many of adventures while they sleep. Now, these adventures are not exactly adventures that you would like to have. Maybe having bad dreams. You know, when I come on here and I tell you that what you do to others comes back, a lot of people sometimes look at that and they say, nah, somebody's doing something to me. Somebody's doing something behind closed doors. No, a lot of cases when people do things, when you can't sleep and you're having bad dreams and it's consistently happening, it usually means that something's wrong. You know, if you go throughout your day and you do whatever it is that you do, but you're doing it in a good way, you're giving to others what you would like to have back, returned to you, then you're going to have good rest because you're helping humanity, you're helping others, you're making better choices. But when you're constantly saying negative things about people, constantly fighting other people, constantly looking to others and not looking at yourself, we all have to evaluate ourselves one point in time or another. You know, if we don't evaluate ourselves, who will? Now, people will always make comments towards you, and you could choose to accept them or not. But your inner voice is telling you something. And whatever it is, that it's saying is talking specifically to you. And in most cases, that's God's way of reaching you, letting you know that, you are loved, that you are supported, that you are doing a great thing. And a lot of us, are focused. We're focused on our goals. We're focused on setting the things straight, doing what we need to do. And when we're doing that, that is also a connection that we're making with others, a connection to ourselves. Because each day, when we're going out into the world and we're touching others' lives, we want to make sure that we're touching them in a humane way. You see your neighbor's dog. Oh, he's so cute. You pet him on his head or what have you, or you talk to your neighbor and you have interaction. You don't know if you're feeding that person, if you're feeding that person's energy. When you're saying different things to uplift them, that's feeding. That's interacting. That's giving something to another individual because you're having a conversation. You're not having the conversation internally. You're having that conversation with another person openly. Sometimes a person's having a bad day and you can give them a compliment, something to uplift them. This is what we're here for. We're here not only to learn, but we're here to give back as well. So while we're giving a conversation, while we're exchanging a meal, sitting down together, or if you go to the store and the old lady in your neighborhood, or let's say an elderly person, in your neighborhood needs something, and you know that this is something that they'd like, and you go and pick it up and then you bring it back. That's a wonderful gesture. That's giving back. Let us keep that in mind because, again, when you can't sleep and you're thinking that everyone else is doing something, let us begin to reevaluate the situation. Make sure that you're right in what it is that you're feeling. You got to pray over it. Ask God for his direction. Ask God, is this really what I'm feeling? Is this really happening? And if so, God, please handle it. Take care of this for me because I really don't want to be worried about it or I don't want to have any pain behind it, whatever the situation is. Because this is a world that we live in and people will do what they do, but you have authority and action that you can, actions that you can focus on doing yourself. And if that means that you have to pray today and talk to God, that's a wonderful thing. If that means that you have to go to the person who you're having the problem with and having the necessary conversation, that's what you might have to do. Either way, let us remember that living in this world is not always the easiest thing to do because sometimes you're going to have some form of confusion that happens, but it's all learning. It's all growing. It's all interaction. So let us keep that in mind while you are loving yourself, We're on the love yourself journey because it's time that we begin to understand why things are happening and what it is that we want to do. So let's take that one and grow on it. So thank you so much for joining us here at Lovely Being You, where you are loved. And remember, if no one else tells you, you look in that mirror and you tell yourself, I love you, to make sure that you're touching bases with yourself and making sure that if the day is not going so well, find something that's going to uplift you because it is so lovely being you. Thank you.